Hello, Jeremy Chambers, Independence Acres Homestead. Well, it is January 2nd, 2020. What a great way to start the year with a little bit of snow on the ground, 42 balmy degrees, short sleeve weather, and getting some meat on the smoker. So we've prepped some rabbit to go on the smoker today. Like I said, it's not exactly January 2nd weather right now. 42 degrees, 44, 45 maybe by now. But either way, it's nice weather for smoking. Meat, that is. Just wanted to clarify, smoking meat. All right, so we have already had the smoker warming up for about 30 minutes now, so it's ready for the meat to go on. Now, this smoker is one of the best investments that I have made in the last couple years here. So this is what's called a water smoker. I picked it up at a big box store for about $16 at the end of the season, so not too bad. Now, as you can see, there's a pan of water in there. And this is a very important thing when it comes to smoking rabbit, because as we know, rabbit is a very lean meat. So it's important that you cook it in a way that it's not going to dry out. So it's going to be cooked low and slow at about 185 to 200 degrees. On the smoker here, we're going to be cooking it over some mesquite and some maple that we have harvested here on the property. And we have the rabbit seasoned with a wonderful smoky barbecue rub that we have found on the internet and in one of our cookbooks that we absolutely love. So I will throw that link to that rub recipe in the description. All right, so I just was called in the house for an emergency. Shelly, what is going on here?
We have a wasp in the house, and he needs to get it.
Did you hear that, folks? There's a wasp in the house. Let's go get it. The house is still a little bit of a mess from Christmas holidays here, so we have the patrol here is already on scene. All right, guys, what's going on here?
There's a wasp.
Where?
Right over there.
Up there.
Where?
Up there.
Where?
Up there.
Where?
Up there.
Underwear.
No, I didn't say underwear. I said up where. Where's it at? Where?
I think it's on the ledge.
Oh! Is that it?
That's it.
Guys, really?
We're
That's the issue?
Yes, we're scared.
Oh my goodness. All right. It's a big one.
Save us from the mean wasp, Dad.
Oh, wow. I don't know. He's pretty scary. You see him in there? He's not that scary. Come on, he's barely even moving.
I don't know how he got in the house.
All right, well, I'll take him out.
And kill him so he doesn't make
I'm not gonna kill him. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of wasp every once in a while.
Yes, there is.
All right, ready? Be free! All right, he's gone. That was easy.
You're our hero!
Oh!
Oh, thanks, Dad.
I got an eye.
I'm so loved. All right, back to smoking the rabbits. So for smoking purposes, when I'm out here splitting wood for either the wood stove inside or for upcoming maple season, I'm always keeping some of my maple wood chips aside. And what I'll do is I'll just leave them actually just hanging out so that they get nice and wet. These have actually been sitting in the snow for 2 days, so they've got some moisture content to them, so they will actually smolder and smoke instead of just catching fire and burn. All right, let's do a quick temperature check on these and see where they are at. So looks like we're sitting right around 200 degrees here. So we're going to have to close down the air on this just a little bit in order to get that temperature back down to right at about 200. We don't want to cook these too hot, otherwise we're going to dry that meat out. All right, so we got a decent amount of smoke going on here. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah. So it's coming along nicely, and as you can see, staying nice and moist with this water smoker. Now, I gotta head to the grocery store and pick up a few items to finish out this meal. Gotta get some buns and some ingredients to make a carrot and red cabbage slaw to go on top. So I promised you guys a while ago that we'd be doing more cooking videos as winter came on. So we'll call this a cooking video, all right? Seem fair? Okay. So I'm going to be working on making the slaw to go on top of our smoked rabbit sandwiches that we'll be having later on tonight for dinner for the rabbit that is on the smoker out there. So I'm just going to kind of breeze through this. This really isn't a how-to video. I'll list the ingredients as I go. Slaw to go on top of the smoked rabbit sandwiches. A little carrot, a little red onion, some red cabbage, lemon juice, and lime juice, and some olive oil. All right, so we're looking at the 1.5 hour mark from since we got the rabbit on the smoker. Let's take a look at it, see how it's looking. Still maintaining a good 200 degrees here. All right, looking pretty good. Now, rabbit is just like chicken as far as how you want to cook it. We want to make sure that we are reaching an internal temperature of 165 degrees at the thickest point. Now on the rabbit, it's going to be on the rear leg. So we want to make sure that we probe onto this rear leg right here. So once again, just the muscle, not the bone. So at 1.5 hours in, we're looking at 128 degrees, 129 degrees. So we probably still have about another 45 minutes to an hour to go. Last thing I'm going to be making today to go with the smoked rabbit is some homemade barbecue sauce. What I'll be using is some apple cider as our base, along with some home harvested maple syrup, some tomato paste, and various other blend of herbs and spices. Honestly, I don't really document my barbecue sauce because every time I make it, it's kind of different, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this barbecue sauce made up, and then it'll be time to check on the rabbit again. So that'll cook down for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's thickened up to about, reducing by about half. Then it's going to be ready. All right, so ran into a slight complication trying to get this finished. Well, kind of ran out of charcoal, and temperature's dropping out here. Still warm enough for short sleeves, but cool enough to where I'm having a hard time keeping the temperature up in the smoker. So we're gonna go ahead and move it into the oven and get this thing finished. But as it sits, these things are looking pretty good. Oh yeah, look at Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. So, I just temped them, and they're sitting right at about 140 degrees, which isn't bad, but in order for that meat just to fall off the bone like I want it to, I need these things to be at about 170. Not looking too shabby. Now, since I'm bringing these things inside to finish, I'm going to drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil and rub them down, just so they stay moist. All right, after about a half an hour in the oven, the rabbit is up to temp. Time to get it off the bone and get it in a bowl ready for serving. All right, I've got all the meat removed from the two rabbits, and now it's time to slice up the rolls and get a couple sandwiches made. Okay, first step, slice roll. Gonna get a nice, healthy portion of smoked rabbit. A dollop of the fresh homemade barbecue sauce. And a healthy stack of carrot and cabbage slaw. All right. She's ready for her close-up and her taste test. All right, so here we go. Looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. All right, so taste test time. That was a big bite. It's everything I expected it to be, though. All right, no more chewing noises for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of our upcoming cooking videos. And until next time, God bless.